Hello YouTubers! It is opening round for season 2025 of the AFL season. For this round, I will go through each of the 4 games, a quick analysis, and give you my tips for the 4 games. Alright, let's go! Let's commence! Yeah! First game of season 2025 is between Brisbane Lions and Geelong Cats, played at the Gabba on the 6th of March on a Thursday night. Players in the mix for the Lions include new recruit Sam Day to potentially replace the retired Danaher. For the Cats, their players in the mix is Bailey Smith, the new recruit from Western Bulldogs. The players injured for the Lions consist of Starcevich, who was cast in the preseason game against Adelaide Crows last week. Still got players injured from ACL knee injury like Coleman and Dode. Geelong has a pretty much of a healthy list. If you look at the ruck midfield setup of both sides, for the Lions, you got the big O in ruck against the Geelong ruckman of Reece Stanley, given that McInerney is a taller ruckman compared to Stanley, who's more athletic. I expect McInerney to win the hitouts. And then midfield, you got the gun, Neil and Dunkley against Geelong midfielders of Holmes and Bailey Smith. Say that it's pretty close, but just give the advantage to the Lions. And then in centre, for the Lions, we have Berry, Will Ashcroft and McCluggage against Bowles, Dangerfield and Dempsey. If we compare those two, I just give the advantage to Brisbane. And if Brisbane have enough inside 50, I expect the Lions to kick more of the score to the Geelong Cats based on the players that they got in midfield and the inside 50 entries, as the Lions have got good class midfielders. Therefore, I'm going to tip the Lions for this game. Second game of the week is between Sydney Swans and Hawthorn on a Friday night at the SCG. The players in the mix for the Swans, they didn't recruit any new players apart from departures of Luke Parker and Kosatsky to the Geelong Kangaroos, whereas Hawthorn, they've got new players in the mix that consists of Josh Battle, a free agent signing from St Kilda Saints, and Tom Barras, who was acquired via a trade from the West Coast Eagles. Both are 2 defensive players. The players that are injured for the Swans, the Tolley's out for 1/3 of the season, Captain Mills out with a hamstring injury, and Gordon with a fractured ankle, which he may be out potentially half of the season. There's not much of a notable absentee for the Hawthorns. Let's look at the ruck midfield setup for both sides. In ruck, you got Grundy against Meek. I expect Grundy to win a lot of the hitouts against Meek and also contribute a lot as a midfielder when the ball hits the ground to Meek. But Meek is a good ruckman as well. Then the midfielders of Heenley against Wildpel. Expect Heenley to contribute up 4 kicking goals and getting the ball in the midfield, whereas Wildpel's a hard inside mid. And you've got Rowbottom against Newcombe. Both pretty inside midfielders. And then in centre, we've got the class Chad Warner against Will Day. Oh gosh, both players, magnificent players. Say that's even between those 2 players. And on the wing, you got Florent against D'Ambrossi. I give the chocolates to D'Ambrossi. And then on the other wing, you got Amon against Roberts. Amon's got magnificent left foot kick. So does the Sydney player of Matt Roberts. Say that's even. And based on looking at the 2 ruck midfield, I just give the chocolates to the Sydney Swans midfield. The game is playing at home at the SCG. The Swans lost last year's grand final. New coach in Dean Cox. I'm going to tip the Swans to beat the Hawthorn Hawk for this game. Before I continue, if you would like the latest access to my AFL football content, it would be awesome if you can subscribe to my channel and help it grow. Next game is between Gold Coast Suns and Essendon, played on a Saturday in Gold Coast. The players in the mix for Gold Coast Suns are new recruits in Rioli and Noble. For the Bombers, they didn't recruit any experienced players, but first round draftee Katko is expected to play in this game as a small forward. The players injured for the Suns are Flanders. He is expected to be injured for 2 weeks with a back injury. And young draftee in Leo Lombard. He is potentially out for half of this season with a back injury. For the Bombers, they'll be missing Matt Golfy, who is likely to potentially miss around 6 games with a hamstring injury. Let's look at the 2 lineups. If we look at the followers, in ruck you got Ritz against Draper. Ritz is a very tall ruckman that will win the hitouts, whereas Draper is more an aggressive ruckman who will contribute more around the ground. So it's pretty even between those 2 ruckmen. And then the midfields that we have, Matt Rao against Parrish. Matt Rao inside ball. So is Parrish, but Parrish can also go on the outside. Say I'll just give the chocks to Rao to extract the ball. Then we got Miller, that's Toot Miller against Merritt. Miller can contribute outside and inside, whereas Merritt is more an outside mid. Say we just give the chocolates to Merritt. And then in centre, you got Noel Anderson against Caldwell. Anderson with his elite kicking, I expect him to get the chocolates over Caldwell. And on the wing, you got Closely against Dersma. Dersma has his pace, so I'll just give the chocolates to Closely. And then on the other side of the wing, you got Power against Jones. I'll give the chocolates to Power over Jones. Jones is more of a tall wingman, and Power can set up a lot of play from the wing. Therefore, I will give the chocolates to Power over Jones. Given that the game is playing Gold Coast, second year for Hardwick, we've got the 2 new recruits in Noble and Rioli to add experience. I'm going to give the chocolates to Gold Coast Suns for this game. Last game of the week, played on a Sunday, is between GWS Giants against Collingwood Magpies. The players in the mix for the Giants will be new recruit Jake Stringer, acquired from Essendon. He kicked 40 odd goals in season 2024. For Collingwood, unfortunately, Dan Houston is still serving his suspension that he received for the late contact on Isaac Rankin in last year's showdown between the Power and the Crows. The players injured for the Giants is Tom Green and is likely not to play this week. And there are suspensions to a number of players that include Fahy, Fonte, McMullen, Riccardi, and Thomas. The Magpies will be missing Harvey Harrison, out for potentially half of the season, DeGoey, and Dan Houston, still suspended. If you compare the ruck midfield setup both sides, you got Briggs for the Giants against Cameron. Both are pretty good around the grounds, ruckman, so it's pretty even between those 2 ruckmans. Say it's 50-50 in terms of hitouts won. Then the midfields, you got Coniglio against Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos, what a gun. Therefore, I expect Dacos to get the chocolates over Coniglio. And then we got Josh Kelly against former teammate, which I forgot to mention, Harry Pearman, who's a new recruit from the Giants for Collingwood. I give the chocolates to Kelly over Perrin, but Perriman is a good player and he was a free agent acquired from the Giants. And in centre, we've got experienced Callum Ward against Cripps. Ward's a good inside hard player. Cripps can also go on the outside. I'll give the chocolates to Cripps over Ward. And then on the wings, we've got Finn Callahan, who just signed a new 4-year extension against Josh Dacos. Josh Dacos has good passing or disposal skills. Callum likes to take the game on. So I'll give the chocolates to Josh Dacos. And then on the other wing, we've got Xavier O'Halloran against Sidebottom. O'Halloran will have opportunity this season due to the number of departures. And against experienced Sidebottom, good decision maker, knows how to pass the ball, very elite. I will just give the chocolates to Sidebottom over young O'Halloran. Therefore, I expect Collingwood to dominate in the ruck midfield setup. However, up forward, the Giants have Stringer, last year's common medal in Jesse Hogan, and third-year forward, former number 1 draft pick, Cadman, followed by the sport midfielders of Green, Daniel, and Darcy Jones. Their full line is just pretty elite for the Giants. Whereas when I look at the Collingwood full lines, you have McStay, Elliott, and new St Kilda recruit Membre, Milechek, and Schultz. If the Giants have enough inside 50, I expect them to score more. But looking in the midfield, I expect Collingwood to have more inside 50, but the Giants' full line looks more potent. Given that the Giants they've had a poor pre-season, lost both games, whereas Collingwood had 1 win and 2 losses in pre-season. So I'll throw the pre-season form in the bin, and I'm going to tip the Giants due to their strong forward of the tolls and smalls that they have. What a great combination. I'm going to tip the Giants. My opening round votes or teams that I tip are the Lions to beat the Cats, the Swans to beat the Hawks, the Suns to beat the Bombers, and the Giants to beat the Magpies. Therefore, for opening round, I've selected all the home teams. Thank you for watching my video, and it will be appreciated if you can subscribe and comment to my videos. Hopefully you enjoyed my video, and see you next time. Cheers or bye.